Hi there, Bob Nack here. I'm the coordinator of the Deer Management Assistance Program. And my daughter Carly and I are on property today here in Columbia County that I wanted to share with you some of the habitat work that's being done out here. As you can see behind me, there is a open field that is has been cleared. This field was growing up into brush, and so the landowner had some decisions to make if they wanted to let it go to brush and later successional stages, or if they wanted to maintain it as an opening. What they did was decided to maintain it as an opening, and came in here with a brush mower, a forestry mower, and removed all the shrubs and brush species that were here, except for some of the conifers and the oaks they left as mass-producing trees for wildlife value. This is a nice transition area. You can see to the north here, there's a lot of cover, very thick cover for deer and other wildlife. And then off to the west is more the agricultural and food crop area. And so this is going to be a nice transitional area for deer, but also for other wildlife to use. What the landowner did was cleared the area, and then you've heard the term a feathered edge. And they decided to plant some wildlife-friendly shrubs along the edge to transition from the more mature forest into the open area. And I'll show you some of those plantings here. You can see they're marked with flags into the woods there. And they chose not to put any tree tubes or anything on. And here you can see one of the planted trees. And they chose not to fence it off as well, just given the size of the area. And so, as you can see, this particular shrub was browsed. There are shrubs in here that have not been browsed by deer already, and those are the more protected ones. And so you can assume you're going to have some of your plantings already chewed on by the deer. The other thing the landowner did then was planted this opening with warm season grasses and forbs or wildflowers. And I expect that some of the trees and even weed species that were here before are probably going to return, but it'll give the property a nice diversity, and this grassland will be a real diverse piece. It's not going to be a monoculture of big blue stem or Indian grass or any of the warm season grasses that were planted. Diversity is good. It's good for deer as the grass provides a travel area and maybe a bedding area, but certainly not as much food value. If you have those wildflowers and forbs in there, along with some of the weed species, promotes diversity and food for deer, also insects and things that the turkeys and other critters like to eat. And so a little bit of a dirty field isn't a bad thing. This field has been planted. You can see some of the row marks here. And it'll be interesting to see what comes up and what it looks like in the springtime. But for now, this property is looking pretty good, and will take some time to blossom into what we hope it looks like. So just want to share this experience with you, and hopefully this is something you can apply to your own property and give it some thought for the future. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact your local biologist.